Okay, guys, we're gonna get started in just a second here. Perfect. What is up, guys? It is the Redstone Scientist here, back with episode 3 of Pillars of Eternity. Now, if you have not figured it out by now, I'm going to be doing a mixture of pre-recorded and live episodes of Pillars of Eternity, just because I think it suits both kind of well. So, welcome. And also, I want to apologize for the sound quality on a number of my previous live streams, as well as the previous 2 episodes of Pillars of Eternity. It turns out that I had a noise gate on that was just way too powerful, so I decided to just turn that off. So you're going to be hearing a lot more background noise, but hopefully you're okay with that in order to get rid of those annoying cutoffs. So, we're going to jump right in here. Let me just make sure that all the audio is working. One moment, please. There's a long ad. And I actually don't even remember where we left off last time. I suppose I should have watched the end, shouldn't I? Let's see here. Okay, great. Alright, guys, so let's jump right into it. Okay, I honestly do not remember where we were. Let's see. Oh, right, we found Aloth, right, whatever his name is. Hi? Talk to him. So, well, you're in charge here, and as far as I'm concerned, any place is better than Gilded Vale. So I guess we're just on a quest. Oh, right, we can check our journal. Oh, right, to find the dwarf woman from the dream. That was a really disturbing dream that we had. You remember that? All right. Let's go. Oh, darn, not this thing again with the window. Ah! Okay, well, one second. I guess we got to go to graphics. Uncheck this, then recheck it. No, that doesn't do it. I guess we have to go to 1280, apply, then 1440, apply. Yep, that fixed it. Perfect. I'm learning, guys, I'm learning. Okay. Well, we need to go back to where we were, right? So I guess we just go over there instead. Yeah, there's nowhere new we need to go, so we need to go back this way. Oh, but there's a little boy here, let's talk to him. A child. Actually, it's a girl, I think. Papa says that Tempo is cursed. Oh, okay. So that was a great conversation that we just had. So one of the reasons I'm so energized, it's actually almost midnight for me, if it isn't already midnight. I actually don't have an eye on the time. But the reason why I'm so energized is because I just came from the theater. I saw, it was called an octoroon. It was about, an octoroon means that, was a term to mean that you were 1/8 black. Back in the times of slavery, and it was a melodrama adapted from another playwright in the 1800s about the forbidden love. But it was very unique. Now's not the time to talk about it. Let's go look at Caldara de Beranci. All these. Oh wait. Okay, whatever. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive it's working. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there's a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Let's reach out for her. Oh, right, remember this thing where we look into somebody's past life or their soul or something? Right. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. I think I'm doing a different British accent than the narrator had last time. Whatever. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes. Sorry, that got me out of it. Once you've expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel, from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives you a slow nod of her head, through a creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost?
Her eyes squint as she peers down at you.
It is both, I think. Yes?
How are you able to speak to me? Oh, you guys should be able to see my mouse now, which is great. Caldara moves her tongue around in her mouth and is testing it.
Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it.
She gives you a motherly smile.
I think it is a very good choice.
Am I imagining this? She considers for a moment, not looking down at her own limp body.
Not.
Her tongue clicks and she shakes her head.
It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no?
No.
Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there.
She nods.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten.
She nods again.
You are a watcher now, and the watcher you will stay.
Let's ask about the Watcher after this. I think I survived a Beerwick. Do you know why that would be? Caldara praises you.
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing.
Caldara praises you with a scholarly interest for a moment before resuming her cheerful demeanor. You know what they should do is they should space out the dialogue so, because normally, a person wouldn't be reading this out loud, they'd be reading it to themselves. They should space it out so you can read it at an average reading speed, and then they have the text so that the player could follow along in their head.
Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade.
She smiles sadly at the thought.
Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me, no?
I'm just rereading this to myself. Sorry. Okay. What's a Watcher? I'm just making sure you can see my mouse. Yeah, you can.
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
What did we ask before? Do you know where that would be? Could be luck, or it could be the storm got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. Soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them, Madrid called them. Those days are all behind me. What indeed? I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair here we're visiting. Sorry, just had to go over that. I'm getting distracted.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. but no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No.
So souls break apart over time as they're roaming. Or, yeah, when we die, we lose some pieces of ourselves. But then when we're born again, the souls sort of reform back together. It picks up pieces of other people, except that we're less than what we've lost because you can't rebuild it that much. So we've tried to stop that. Okay.
A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
She clicks a tongue. So, who is Rimergan? The Rimergan's work, entropy, okay. Well, what did you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks. An inspired gleam crosses her murky eyes.
Old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
So, we're learning. Hopefully you guys are understanding too. I want to know something about you.
Me?
She shakes her head in protest.
I'll bore you to tears, though.
Well, who are you? She reads a mild sigh, setting a small
I thought you'd
beetle.
come to visit me in particular.
Her arms turn outward stiffly in what might be a
Caldara de
curtsy.
Baranzi of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
Well, what happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb.
Because she gives birth to Hollowborns.
Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Nothing, I bet. Tell me. She shakes her head.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime.
She chuckles.
Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us, the best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around.
Soul twins,
You
interesting.
wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid.
Beautiful.
It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
By the way, guys, just to let you know, there's a new update for this game coming out. I think you're getting the expansion packs, but there's a new update coming out with a story time mode where combat is extremely easy, so you can just pay attention to the story.
Of course, dear.
Let's just look at this again. Fascinating time to be... Okay, farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldara closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. TRS was granted Crucible of the Soul. Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you all right? You seemed lost just now. I like to be honest with him, because I really trust this guy. I'm a watcher. His arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Well, that is interesting. He gives you a sly grin. And I expect that explains how you survived a beer walk. In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions. He coughs. As you just demonstrated. Let's continue on. Cadnua. I have a word now for what I have become. A watcher. It seems that if I am to learn more about this affliction, I must seek out a man called Merwald in the old keep of Cadnua. The spirit of Caldara de Baranzi, one of Lord Radric's unfortunate victims, has directed me toward Cadnua, where I will find a man named Merwald. Caldara has informed me that I have become something known as a watcher, and that this Merwald is a watcher as well. Perhaps he can tell me more about what's happening to me. Cadnua is southeast of Gilded Vale, past the Black Meadow. I will have to travel there if I'm to speak with Merwald. Should we go looking for side quests? I kind of want to see what else is here. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff to look at, you know? So what is Eder? Is it this guy? There.
7.
The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-coloured hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Aloth frowns. Is that what you people do for fun around here? It's odd that not everything is voice acted.
Name's Adair.
He extends his hand.
So to the people around here, might as well be 19.
He looks you up and
Don't think
down
I'd
and
put you
grimaces.
much higher than 22. 23 tops.
He tisks.
You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
I don't know if I want to tell him everything. I've been out of sorts lately. Of course. We all got our bad days when we... I wish this game was fully voice acted. Come on. Of course. We all got our bad days when we stand perfectly still and stare at corpses for a while without blinking. He winks. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here.
I knew it.
There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war? Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's the living incarnation of Iothas. Overthrows Reed Saras, marches on Deerwood, so we gave him a Deerwooden hello.
We blew him up.
He smiles at this, but it's a smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. God of Rebirth and Redemption. Formally, anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. Well, I had other questions. I got time. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Radric sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Radric's overthrow. I'm not understanding what this war is about. Let's go back. Only one in my life. Fella decides he's the living incarnation of Iothas, who was the god of birth and redemption. So some guy thinks he's like Jesus. He overthrows Reed Saras, who's somebody, marches on Deerwood, so we gave him a Deerwooden hello. Okay. Radric, you know, all this talk about Deerwood, I need to look in the encyclopedia again to learn more about these places. Radric sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Radric's overthrow. I don't know who Kolsk is, though. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. I'm still not entirely... No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. Oh, so they said that he was like a double... He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later. If not for plotting against Radric, then for protecting me. What does your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god.
He shrugs.
That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale.
Aethys, that's how you say it.
That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
So does he worship Aethys or not? I forgot how he said it
One
already.
day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
I'm just rereading it. Folks needed someone to blame. I get caught up on the stuff I don't understand. I was safe because I fought, and then this rumor says my brother that he was on the wrong side. Okay.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
He looks up at a tree, his eyes trailing one of the swaying bodies. Aldoth glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. So let's go back. Where did he use the word Kolsk in there? Oh, working for... I guess he was like the head of the other side. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? He gives a half smile. Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out here that don't think Waidwin's legacy started with Waidwin. Should we get him? Why not? You know, he doesn't know that much about us, and he seems like he's been hurt. He seems like he could be a trustworthy guy. He seems like he's been oppressed. Where are you headed? Some place called Cadnua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
I remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath.
So he was like the master of the watchers.
A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
Something kindles in Eda's eyes, and the vigor of purpose finds its way into his voice.
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that.
Oh, gee, thanks.
But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
He scratches his beard absently with a calloused thumb. That's a fine reason if I ever had one. Heard one.
All right, then.
He shrugs.
Guess I'll do some sightseeing.
He glances briefly at the tree.
As long as you're not the one picking the sights.
He tilts his head forward and gives you a pointed look. Let's get going. Yay! So I guess that counts as a side quest, yeah? So this way he'll be able to ask him stuff. So this is really interesting. So the story can actually greatly diverge based on that, right? Let's see where else we can go. Temple of Aethys. It's over here. So let's take a look at the Temple of Aethys. Look at how they run so close together. That's so funny. Oh, I can level up. So can, Oh, no. Just me. Let's level up. Alright. We've got 6 points to use, so let's do... Our survival's kind of low, except that I'm not really into the food and potion item stuff. Like, that always just is a... what do you call it? Oh, the word's on the tip of my tongue. A nuisance to me. Mechanics. We could up the athletics. Let's up our lore since that only costs 1. And then we'll up our mechanics. Yeah, we'll do a survival. Although, is there any way... Nah, we can't. We're always going to have 1 point left unless we don't do the +1 to the lore. But I think this is fine. Actually, yeah, let's take 1 away from lore and add... Oh, that costs 3. Ooh, gotcha. So, yeah, let's put that back in lore. And the next time we could do athletics and stealth. Good. Alright, so now, let's see. Let's review what passive means again. Oh, we can't review it. Okay. Oh, we have to choose a paladin ability. Oh, this is new then. Paladin... Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. So, lay on hands. Fueled solely by belief, the paladin is able to heal with the touch of his or her hands, recovering a substantial amount of endurance for the paladin or an ally within range. It's a range of 3 meters. Zealous focus. Paladin's intense and pure conviction instills clarity of purpose in him or her and all allies, increasing their accuracy and converting a portion of grazes to hits. Cannot be active with other zealous auras. Or a range of 4. Inspires the paladin and all nearby allies to charge fiercely into battle, increasing their movement speed and disengagement defense. Cannot be active with other zealous auras. That one may be interesting. Zealous endurance. Fills the paladin and his or her allies with unshakable confidence, increasing their damage reduction and converting a portion of incoming hits to grazes. Cannot be active with other zealous auras. That looks good, and this is modal. All of these things are modal, aren't they? I guess except that one, because that's actually like a skill. So, and this is instant. Okay, +3, 2. I like this one. And plus 15% of incoming hits converted to grazes, so that's good. Let's get the zealous thingy-majooger hooger done. Great. So now let's take a look at his menu here. So this is gonna... Oh, right. The Crucible of the Soul is a new thing we got. And I think that has to do with the fact that we got lore. Is that right? Okay, so Crucible of the Soul. The Watcher unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. So it... Foe area of effect drains 10.9 with a base of 10 burn damage. As endurance drains the damage, and the damage gets converted to endurance, and all of that can be defended by the enemy's fortitude. And we get plus 10 accuracy? Is that correct? Am I reading that right? I think so. We get plus 10 accuracy to ourselves, I think. It's just weird that it's next to the fortitude. Okay. Versus fortitude means that that's the thing that we need to look at to see if the enemy's going to defend it. And this is fast, 1 per rest, right? We know what that means. 1.5 millimeter, or 1.55 meter radius. Okay. And the only thing it hurts... Oh, it's an accuracy of 48% only. Is that a percentage or no? Is the accuracy a percentage? I don't think it is. It's just a value. So, and I'm still not entirely sure what interrupt means. I guess that means to interrupt the attack. Right, something about distracting them. We can look at the Cyclopedia later. Okay, then this, we know what that is. This is the Zealous Endurance, which fills the paladin. Increasing damage reduction. Right. Okay, we know about that. Now let's take a look at our new guy. Eder, 3rd level fighter. Okay, so we have a wizard and a fighter now. Let's take a look at the inventory of this guy. So he's got pretty dang good armor. His cape is just a cape. Let's see, his saber, and we got a shield. He's also got his own bow, which is 15 to 24 pierce versus deflection. 15 to 24... Well, this would do 20 to 28. Or this would do 11 to 16. So this guy here... So what is the... This is two-handed. It's 0.5 second interruption... 15 to 24 pierce versus deflection. How about accuracy? Does it not? I guess it doesn't have its own accuracy. I guess these things don't have their own accuracy ratings, right? His accuracy is determined by this. So, if we were to do... Oh, well, actually, the... Okay, so this is just slower. Even though it's better. I kind of like the idea of this, because I feel like if the ranged combat is going to come in handy, it's really going to come in handy when you're really far. So the slow is okay. Oh, and I guess you want the interrupt value to be high. That makes sense. Okay, now, here it says that... Okay, the shield gives him minus accuracy. That's why we got confused. So this is 15 to 22. Is there anything here that we want to give him instead? 15 to 22. His shield is 12 deflection. Is that a lot? I think that's a lot. So let's leave him with the shield. We don't want to give him a two-handed thing. Unless it really, really helps him. So 10 to 14. We could probably get rid of this dagger. Hatchet. Okay, cool. Let's take another look at this guy. 12 to 17. Does he really need that wand? Because it doesn't do much. I mean, does he need that wand to cast spells? Probably. Okay, I think we can leave him alone now. We can leave this alone. Yeah. Okay, great. So now let's actually take a look at his abilities here. He can do the knockdown, which is what Clarissa, whatever, Claritin D, whatever it was. Defender. The fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on locking down enemies that stray too close. The fighter Increases his or her number of engagement targets to 3, but at the expense of deflection. That's good, because he actually has a shield that ups his deflection. So that's really good. Second chance... Wait, what? I think that was the wrong thing. What? Oh. Second chance on unconscious, 1 per rest. Okay. Gotcha. Let's talk to him, though. See what it... Well, what does he want to ask this watcher in Cadnois? Just some things about the past, about the war. I've been thinking I missed my chance to find out what I wanted to know. That old watcher, though, he opens up some new possibilities. I want to ask something about you. If you're sure. What did you do before this?
Oh, other than the war,
I like finding out about
strayed
these
too
people.
far from where you found me. Farming, mostly. I was never much for cities. Never learned a trade. In my younger days, I thought I was going to go preach the word of Aethys. Just in our temple there. My parents encouraged it. I made so much trouble for them growing up. They used to say it'd be best if I got in good with the god of redemption. Of course, us blowing him up probably didn't help my chances there. But if anybody'd forgive you for blowing him up, it'd be Aethys.
Did the people of Gilded Value really try to kill you? That's a stupid question. Why'd you stay for so long in a town that hated you? That's a good question.
Well, I'm sure my parents are still wondering the same thing. The Aethasian purges were like this madness had come over the town, like a disease. Seems like when you see something like that, your instinct is to wait for it to pass, even when you know it probably won't.
Hmm.
The family whose farm I worked on, they had a little Hollowborn girl. And they heard the Animancers had this cure, the Salvation it was called. They went running. This Salvation, they were putting animal souls in children.
Oy.
You might have heard about it. Giving them enough personality to care for themselves. Well, you can guess how that turned out. Matter of time, the children broke down. Became wild things. Monsters. Anyway, these farmers put the family dog's soul in their little
Oy.
girl. For a while, the girl, she's making eye contact, she's feeding herself, albeit in a kind of messy way. And one day she snaps. They found her gnawing on her brother's bones.
Ugh.
Had to chain her up, put her in a cow pen.
Awful.
Well, the mother, she wouldn't have anything to do with the girl after that. But the father, he'd visit every day. Feed her chickens, toss water on her once in a while to get the dirt off. Most of the village, they'd whisper about him. Poor man, they'd say, sick with grief. He was just waiting for his daughter to look up one day and recognize her papa. He was waiting for her to get better. Didn't understand that at the time, of course, but these days I think about him a lot.
Do you have any family? Did we ever ask... What do you want? Oh, he wanted to ask some things about the war. Okay. Just my parents now. They took a ship back to Ada when the purges started. Wanted me to go with them, but I didn't see things like they did.
What's on your mind?
I was wondering about Aethys.
It makes two of us.
Aethys requirement not met. Well, what's the requirement? What is there to know about
If
Aethys?
you're looking to find religion, maybe you want to start with a god that hasn't been burned to dust, but I won't stop you.
So, I guess he was an actual person.
Aethys, he was a young man with a silver crown. Carried a candle around with him.
He utters an amused grunt.
Sounds like I'm giving a bad eulogy here.
He was a lot of different things to different people, I guess. Rebirth, redemption, light. Down in the country, he's Gowan, the farmer, who helps all things pass, seasons and people both. He watches over the weak, does Gowan. Sees imbalance made right. You can see why all the copperless rowdies around here might take a liking to someone like that. He was real popular here for a time. These days you won't find too many worshipping Aethys in the open. It's hard to know who still does it in private and who's given up. Feels like I'm the last one sometimes. He smecks. If that's the case, he deserves all the mourning. So I want to know what requirement we haven't met yet. Do you still worship Aethys?
In my way. I don't suppose he expects me to show up at his temple these days. Not much left to do for him other than keep his memory alive and keep hoping that he's just been playing a joke on all of us these past 15 years.
Far as I know, he hasn't said anything to anybody since the God Hammer detonated. What's the God Hammer? I want to know about that. Well, why worship him then? He grimaces. Well, if it turns out he's not dead and I gave up on him, I'd have betrayed my god twice. Even the god of redemption's gotta have standards. I'd probably be reborn as a fat Aumawa's horse. That's not really it, though. Not all of it, anyway. He casts a sidelong glance. Guess it's more I still believe in the things he believed in. I just hope his death doesn't mean the death of those things as well. Sometimes it looks that way. Didn't speak for oath, Aethys. What made you think Waidwen didn't speak for Aethys?
Not when he started his rebellion, not even when he took over Raed Saris. It was when he sent his armies into Deerwood.
Up to that point, he was sticking up for his people. That's what Aethys does. At least the Gowan part of him. Those farmers were starving, and their government didn't lift a finger. I figured if it wasn't Aethys himself, at least he had the right idea. But then he sent armies across the border, even crossed it himself in the end. Word was he was chasing refugees that escaped the rebellion. Wanted to punish him, and punish us for allowing him to live here. That just didn't fit for me. Those are the deeds of a vengeful god. Skaen, or Wodaka, maybe. Or just a man who'd lost his sense. I still have trouble believing it, but there's no one left to ask if it's true. Tell me about the purges.
You sure you don't want to talk about something more pleasant? Like the War of Black Trees or the Legacy or something?
I want to know about those too. It's eye-opening. Seeing just how naked you are when you've got no god to protect you. The Saints' War was a hard time to be a Deerwooden. People thought it was the end times. They talked big about how we were going to defeat a god, but I don't think there was a man from here to the White Marsh that didn't think he was going to die. White March, by the way, is the expansion pack. It does something to you, thinking you're gonna die at someone else's hands. There's a rage that comes, indignation. Imagine a whole country full of that. Might have been Cold Morn that started it, down near the border. They let Waidwen march right on through. Rest of Deerwood cursed their names till the end of the war. Some say it was the Aethesians that persuaded the town not to oppose the army. Others said it was just cowardice. It was like the Legacy that way. No one knew the real reason, so they just picked whichever one best suited what they wanted to believe. Either way, that town was burning before the first ashes of Aethys hit the ground. So how did we find Aethys? How did Aethys get burned before the first ashes of Aethys hit the ground? And it felt good to the people here to be in control after being so helpless. So the fire spread. A lot of us Aethesians went the way of our god. There were claims from the Church of Magran that she'd actually commanded the purges. I found that hard to believe. Sounded to me like people are doing what they wanted, wrapping their god around it like she was a cloak. Then again, that's what I thought about Waidwen. I want to ask you something else. You know what? Let's keep moving. Great. So, what else is there to do? The child we know about, but let's not do that right now. Temple of Aethys. Did we learn anything about the Temple of Aethys while here? I mean, why is that an icon there? Oh, I guess we can go into the Temple of Aethys. Let's go check that out. Let's go check that out. Okay. Haven't been here for, must be 5-6 years. Used to be real nice, bright, warm. A rising sun and the 3 dawn stars, the symbol of Aethys. Wretched beasts. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve soaked with blood. Gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain.
Have a care, if you mean to go in.
He casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left.
This place is not so empty as I thought.
He angles a look up at Ada.
Paying your respects, Aethesian?
He manages a pained grin.
A little risky, isn't it? Think what the townsfolk would say.
Safer down here than up there, even with the rats as big as they are. The faint edge of hostility belies Ada's playful tone.
This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best. Times being as they are.
He groans and shifts position, wincing.
I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of his types either.
I like how we're just having this casual conversation while he's, like, lying there dying.
Not one of his types either.
Werton jerks his chin toward Ada.
Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it.
He regards you wearily.
Maybe you'd have better luck.
So is it... better luck with what? The man points a finger upwards.
Those ruins around us. Used to be a temple of Aethys. The scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Deerwood, from Red Saras even.
Not so much from Red Saras these days.
Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones. The ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone.
So I still don't understand, how is that not a thing? Like, I mean, how do they know the god is did, like, someone show up who was clearly Aethys? The thing is, I'm having trouble, I guess I'm trying to relate it to religion today. That is the problem. I don't know. Go on.
Once the legacy started,
Which we still don't know anything about.
Lord Raedric decided he'd been too lenient on the Aethesians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword. Left them down there, buried under a heap of rock.
I don't know what the legacy is. I guess the legacy is Lord Raedric's start of his reign, I guess. Or no, I don't know what it is. Maybe the start of the wife having Hollowborns. Lord Raedric decided he'd been too lenient on the Aethesians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword. Left them down there, buried under a heap of rock.
After that, Raedric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Raedric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven. And the legacy will end, see?
He smiles wryly. We'll have to look up the legacy in the encyclopedia after this.
But until then, the temple is as you see it. Unguarded. That's where you come in.
Werton licks his lips. So, like, we just so happened to find him down here, is that it? Or is he suffering? Is he dying? Or is he just, like, hanging out? I can't even tell. Oh, no, well, he was wincing, so... Werton licks his lips.
Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them. But they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chop down on their god's house, it doesn't sit right with me. If you could get down there and find the remains, then we could finally give them a proper burial.
Werton breathes out.
No small task. There's coin in it for you if you need motivating.
Arnold's cautious expression softens. I'm pleasantly surprised to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I have some questions first.
Yes?
Who are you, anyway?
Werton offers you a weak grin. Name's Werton. I've lived in Gilded Vale long enough to remember how grand it used to be.
He shrugs and looks away.
I used to help the people, or the temple, sometimes. Bring supplies. That's all.
I want to know what happened to him. And I don't want to say, why can't you do this yourself? That's mean. Won't Lord Raedric mind us digging around down there?
I wouldn't go tell him about it. Linger in these places, it's no good for anyone. But you do this quick and quiet, and we can do right by those priests without raising a fuss.
I have no more questions. Werton nods.
Then what do you say?
I'll find him. Well, I take it you aren't supposed to be in here. Werton laughs bleakly.
Well, I meant to be in and out, nice and quick.
Oh, so it just so happened he was here.
I'm not hurting anyone, it's just... Lord Raedric's forbidden anyone having anything to do with the scattered god. It'd be a little harder to explain to him than you. It's a good cause, though, isn't it? And you can make some coin in the process.
I'll find him.
then by the flame I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out, and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs to keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some.
Look at that, he just got up. I thought he was suffering.
Welcome.
He's fine now. Is that it? Okay, I probably misunderstood his condition. Probably misunderstood it. Okay. Now let's actually, before we do anything else, let's go into our journal in the cyclopedia, and we'll go to lore. Saints War began as a peasant revolt in Redcerus, which is what? Redcerus is Deerwood's neighbor to the north. Redcerus is a nation firmly rooted in its Aethesian faith, a fervor that took hold during the events of the Saints' War and remains even after the apparent death of Aethus. So let's look back at the Saints' War. It began as a peasant revolt in Redcerus, led by a farmer named Waidwin, who claimed to be the living vessel of the god Aethus. After overthrowing the Redceran government, Waidwin invaded the neighboring Deerwood, where he was defeated, destroyed by a weapon dubbed the Godhammer Bomb. Aethys has not been heard from since. So it sounds like Waidwin was probably Aethys, or maybe like Eris, or whatever this guy's name is like the only guy who thinks that he wasn't Aethys. So let's read about Aethys. God of rebirth, redemption, dawn, spring, and light. Traditionally shown as a man bearing a candle and wearing a silver crown. Believed to have possessed the body of the Redceran farmer Waidwin during the Saints' War. Possessed the body of a Redceran farmer Waidwin during the Saints' War and been destroyed along with Waidwin at the end of the war. Yeah, so whenever people say that Aethys was blown up, then that probably means they're all... So yeah, I guess everyone thought like he was wrong, and then when he got blown up, Aethys never did anything else, so it must have been him, right? Right. So here's the legacy. A widespread blight of unknown origin in which babies in the Deerwood began to be born without souls, so named because its origins roughly coincided with the death of Saint Waidwin in the Saints' War. Okay, so we were right there. So let's look at Deerwood. A colonial nation founded by settlers from the Ada Empire. Following a series of conflicts with Ada, the territory became independent in 2672 AI, which is after something. I think there's a thing on gods or deities. Oh. Well, we don't know what the I is, but in 2672 AI, and is now ruled by a duke who is elected by 7 earls that oversee its earldoms. Okay, and let's look at the Ader Empire. Aderan Empire. A nation that resulted from the merger of a human kingdom and an elf kingdom 400 years ago, ruled by a Fairquang first king, or Methquin, illustrious queen. Both Deerwood and Redcerus originated as colonies of Ada. So, it's independent now. Aglanfath, a territory comprised of the forest southeast of the Bile River, populated indigenously by a group of loosely affiliated tribes collectively known as Glanfathans, and governed by a council of its 6 most powerful tribes. Glanfath is home to a large number of ruined Engwithan sites, which Glanfathans hold sacred. So it's sort of like Mecca, I guess, for the Glanfathans. But it was a loosely affiliated tribes, so it's a tribal kind of thing. The ruins have been at the center of a number of large-scale conflicts with Deerwoodan colonists, whose settlements often encroach on Glanfathan territory and who frequently seek to plunder the ruins for their relics. So the Glanfathans seem kind of peaceful then. Valian republics, a mercantile power and former colony of a larger, more ancient nation, Old Valia. The republics lie to the south of Deerwood in Glanfath and are ruled by a duke elected by the Consuglai Assegia, a council of 14 dukes, including its 5 most prominent, the Duke's Bells. Okay. Anything else we want to read about while we're here? Engwith was the name of an extinct civilization that dates back more than 2 millennia. Their population center is believed to have been where present-day Glanfath and Darford lie today. Is Darford the same as Deerwood? Bareth's Wheel we've heard before. Oh, I've read that before. Anything else we want to read about? The Salvation, what's that? To curtail the number of hornbone deaths. Oh, that's right. Oh, what is a wict, then? A hornbone child that has, through the science of animancy, been made... Oh, awful, right. The White March we don't know much about yet. We can read about that later. A Watcher, we know. Okay. I think that's all for now. Let's continue. We're probably going to end the episode soon, but I'm really having fun. I like making these episodes long. I hope you guys are enjoying watching them. If you are watching this far in, what's a good word for today? Rotation. Put the word rotation in the comments section if you have watched this far. It would really mean a lot to me. It really does cheer me up when I see people watching that far in. So, let's continue. The word is rotation. Alright, so... Should we do the side quest first? I kind of want to do the side quest. I want to find this guy. So, let's see... Inside the temple... Full of secret compartments. I will likely find the remains on the lowest floor of the temple. However, the temples become infested with creatures. Great. Okay, so we've got an archer now, so that actually means that we can switch out anybody who's using a bow. Because we've got... Oh, actually, no. We've got two archers, because we've got TRS, who's got a pretty... Okay, so TRS is set, I think. Or we could switch out... For this thing, 15 to 22, 15 to 22, Slash versus Crush, Slash versus Pierce, Strong. Other than that, they're the same, so let's use the poleaxe just to change things up a bit. But otherwise, we're good with the crossbow. Oh, wow, the crossbow's really good in his inventory, so... I think other than that, we're good. So let's continue into the halls. Ah, it's getting dark. So, which way do we go? There's no one watching the stream right now, so I can't say exactly which way. We could try this way. Let's try this way. What? I don't even see it. Where is it? Oh. Ooh, that's a disgusting looking creature. Oh my god. Oh, that's awful. Okay. Well, what do we know about this guy? We have never seen a creature like that before, so we're gonna have... Of course, our archer is gonna attack it from there. Okay, so he's set. Is he set? Yeah, he's set. Then Aloth, I wish we got some sort of a confirmation that it got our instruction. What kind of spells can we use? Anything that's cool? This is summons 3 spells to batter the target. Let's do that. Just to see what that looks like, because we've never seen that before. And we'll attack him this way. Let's see. Sweet. That was pretty awesome. Ugh, it's gory and gross. Ugh.
Of course.
Of course. That's disgusting. Disgusterous. But what is in here? Initiate's note. This parchment is relatively intact, but the ink upon it is faded. You can make out a few patches of careful, tidy script. Visitors to the ritual floor. Restrix obricaces. Redemption for even these. Forgot and struck the larger spell first rather than second. The rest is illegible. I feel like that's going to be the clue to a puzzle later on. Ooh, more camping supplies. Good. We like those. What the heck? No. What? Where are they going? What's going on here? Oh, they can't get through. Can we attack it? No, we can't. Okay. So let's put them all there then. Let's go this way first. I feel like this is another side room that we should look at. Wait, 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 stop, stop, stop! Oh, okay, I thought that was gonna, like, fall or something. I want to look at what Adra is again. Adra. A shell-like organic material sought after by artisans because it's easy to shape, and by animats because of its unique... Okay, it could draw in, hold, and channel souls. Anything else interesting to look at in here? A will-o-wisp. Alright, let's get him.
How may I help?
Now, what is the rule for when you can use spells again? Is there like a... Like, how do you know how often you can use a spell? Or, like, does it cost... whatever's? Does it cost, like, mana or something? Does he just have unlimited mana? Do you use mana? I forgot. Like, we were told this before, and I don't remember. But we were definitely told this before. I guess not. I'm really unclear about this. Let's look in the Cyclopedia again and look at, combat mechanics, grimoire. Anything about the grimoire? Spells. No. Location tips, maybe? No, we can look at that later. Character statistics. Anything? I don't think any of this is going to help us right now. Darn it. So, I don't think he's got any... Does it cost endurance? What is it? Does it cost anything? I feel... How can it not cost something? It's just too OP. I don't know. Okay, anyway.
Hey.
We're going to have him shoot it. Ooh, not quite. Alright, carefully now. Oh! Okay, great. So attack him. No. Move there first.
Hey.
So you're gonna shoot him. And then he is gonna equip his wand, I guess. Why would you ever even want the wand? I don't understand. That's weird. Okay, I guess the wand can do from afar also. Okay, that makes sense. They'll do that, and then... Let's just have him stand his ground for now. Yeah. Yeah, let's just have him stand his ground. Do nothing.
Aye.
Wait, what's happening? Why are they not doing what I told them to do? Oh, it's a cooldown. And, let's move him out of the way.
I'm here.
Ah. Okay, well, we're gonna need to attack him pretty fast here. Then we're gonna get this guy to switch his weapons, go attack him, and this guy to also... we're just gonna go all out on him.
Hey.
Everyone attack him. Yeah, he's flanked now. Ooh. So what is happening to him? He's losing his endurance. 6 shock damage. There we go. Got it. Okay. Spirit residue. Huh. Interesting. Take it. Is that a person?
I shall.
Oh! Interesting. This parchment is worn and tattered, and the ink upon it is faded. In this time of hardship, must have just as much faith in ourselves. Alright, so was there any real point in coming in here, then? I guess not. Great. Alright, everybody out. Go through the center here. Ah! Another one of these things. Alright, let's have him switch back to his wand. Hit him there. And we'll also have him... Let's equip the poleaxe. Just run at him. See if we could just get this guy quickly. And shoot him from afar as well.
I help?
Let's just look here. Activates, misses. Okay. Aloth grazes Spiderling for 6 crush damage, pierce damage. Now, do we know? No one has complained yet about. Oh, but we know what his damage reduction is now. So that symbol, I believe, means slash. And this is pierce. This is freeze. So slash and what does that symbol mean? Slash and crush. So what do we have equipped right now? This is, we don't want to hit him with slash and crush. So what kind of damage is this? That's slash and crush. So we definitely want to switch him to this because he's got damage reduction to that. And then this, what kind of damage? That's crush and slash. So that's again not what we want. Slash. Okay, pierce versus deflection. All right, we can do that though. And this guy is got. This is pierce. Still pierce. Slash versus. All right, we're just gonna have to hit him. We're just gonna. We don't have enough. We don't have stuff to do it. Excellent.
All right then. Hey.
All right then. Can we not loot him? I guess there's nothing to loot. I'm starting to think maybe we shouldn't be on easy mode, although, nah, whatever. It's okay. It's really all about the story, isn't it? Okay, yeah, you know what to do. You know what to do. Oh, he's sickened? Oh, right, great. Great. Now, it's actually hard to keep an eye on their health, which is over here, which is the blue. It's also hard to keep an eye on their endurance. It's actually incredibly hard. Why is it so hard to keep an eye on that stuff? Like, that's a flaw in the game. Okay, maybe we should learn how to use food and stuff. Or I guess this is everything we have, right? We haven't really been picking up food, have we? Yeah, this is everything we have. What about in here? What do these symbols mean? Ingredients, quest items, consumables. Beer gives us damage reduction, so that's like an effect. Plus 5 mag. We have like nothing to heal us, but we don't really need to. We haven't found a need to boost our health like ever. Because nobody's taken really any damage. So actually, this guy has such high health and endurance and stuff. We really should be sending him in the front lines, not making him the ranged guy. We should really be sending him in the front lines. So maybe we should give him instead. This is slash and pierce. This is slash. What about this thing? What does this do? This is slash and crush. This is crush. So maybe TRS, or no, he should have, or no, he already has a ranged thing. So maybe let's give TRS the crossbow. And then we'll, he needs the shield, he needs all that. Self to 17 crush. And this is pierce. We want everyone to have a good mix of stuff. This is slash and pierce, so he can do a lot of different types of damage already. Let's give him, in his second slot, 15 to 22 slash, 15 to 22 slash, 15 to 22 slash. Okay, let's give him, this is slash and crush. What will, maybe his damage will be boosted in his inventory. 17 to 24 slash and crush. This is slash. So, what's the other one again? Slash and pierce. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, great. So I think we've got it how we want it now. The nearby crystals light the cracked mosaic floor in shades of orange, and at certain angles the metallic symbol beneath your feet gleams gold. As you look on, the air shimmers as if with summer heat. The very dust and air seem to pull together until a thin, glowing mist appears before you. In its rippling gleam, you sometimes think you can see the shape of a man, features rendered in broad strokes of air and smoke. Who are you? Your voice sparks movement. The spirit surges with a sudden blazing light, and in the next moment you are somewhere else, your mind assailed with a sudden wave of fear and noise. You are in the chapter hall. Priests and faithful have gathered in a great crowd, spilling into the hall. Bodies press against you, surging forward to listen. Your own grief is mirrored in the faces around you. Some of the initiates are weeping. Someone has snuffed the candles, and the room is dark, save for the podium lit from behind. 2 people stand before it, lit in silhouette. A man is shouting, voice so ragged with fear you cannot understand what he says, but the Restrix stands calm, unmoved. Her strength will see you all through these dark times. You feel that hope like a spark behind your ribs. Somewhere behind you, someone begins to sing. The spirit tears itself from you with a sudden, dizzying force, and you find yourself packed before the ruined altar, swaying. The spirit fades as suddenly as it appeared.
How may I help?
Let's maybe talk to him? Or do we have anything more to say?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Let's keep moving. What's on your mind? So, like, no one's gonna say anything about that. No one wants to say anything about that, huh? The face of this statue has had most of its features struck off, along with portions of its hands. Anything else to go? Anywhere else to go? Anything to look at? It looks like... Can we go this way? I don't think so. Oh, this is a way we haven't gone, right over there. Let's get everyone over here. Fast mode. I should keep an eye on the time. Oh, somebody's in here. Hold on. 12:46. Okay. So everyone's... What is the faith and conviction, even? I don't even remember. Okay, so we've got the Ivory Spiderling, which we know the damage reduction about, probably. So these are what we know of the previous ones, but he could have something different, I guess is what the question marks mean. So let's review who we have, because we switched some stuff up. So TRS is going to be shooting him like that. Then Aloth is going to be attacking with his wand. And this guy is going to be going in the front lines with the poleaxe. Oh, right. So Crush and Slash he's resistant to, and the poleaxe is Crush and Slash. Perfect. So Slash, whatever. You know, he may... Just because he resists it doesn't mean it's, like, nothing. 12, 17 Slash... This is Pier. Okay, I think we're fine.
Yes?
Yeah, see, that was good. That was good. It was good teamwork. Okay. Where? What? Who? What? Where? This guy. An Ivory Spiderling, eh? Alright, well, we're gonna have TRS actually just go at it head-on since he's closest. Okay, and then we're gonna do... Actually, what kind of damage does this do? Oh, no, that's not helpful. What kind of... Wait, what does this take away? Does gaining endurance... Oh, okay, it does do damage, so... We don't want to do that just yet, though. This does... Increasing your damage reduction and converting a portion of incoming hits to grazes. We should really only use that in emergency, because it... Does it cost anything? So can we just use that as much as we want? I guess so. So why not, right? Yeah. It's like a thing you activate. Oh, I guess because just in case you have more. bolt of magical energy from the grimoire that inflicts raw damage and dazes targets in the area. Okay, and that area is, like, way too small. So let's get these guys over here. Pause. And we'll bring him, or, I mean, him, with... We'll put him in that mode. And then we'll get this guy back over here.
Feels like
Ooh. Feels like poison? Does that mean we were... Grazes with additional effect. Sickened.
feels like poison.
Well, what is he doing there, then? And what does sickness do, then? Sickness is... Oh, it's so complicated, all these things. -1 result... Oh, okay. I see what that does. And it's all of that for 6 seconds. I see. The thing is, there's so many stats, it's hard to keep track of them all. And what is he doing? I thought we were going to be... There we go. Arcane Assault. On him. Good. There we go. And this guy is not doing much help. I didn't realize that that defends from other people. I guess... Can we not, like, have him attack that and then put him in that mode?
How may I help?
There we go. Oh, okay, so the more we battle them, the more information we learn about them. So we're 62% sure on the information we have, I guess. Is how that works. Let's take him out of this mode. Okay, and I guess there's a cooldown. That makes sense. Let's just deactivate all of this business. Because that's distracting. Deactivate that. Actually, why have it deactivated, right? There's no reason not to.
I shall.
Anything to click on over here? Oh, we got something over here. Got Jasper. A letter home. Mother, I have asked Brother Edric to carry this letter to you, for he travels to New Hermar come morning. With him goes what coin I have, and I hope it will ease the surprise of an unexpected helm coming, for I mean to follow in a few days' time. Our village is much changed, and though I do not wish for you to worry, I do not feel it is safe to remain. I know Ritrix Obrika will not approve, but the letter trails off there. The pile of furniture is branded with scorch marks. Whoever sat here left in a hurry. Ink has dripped across the scroll, obscuring its contents. So, I'm not really clear if we're learning anything about people. These just, like, seem like random things to me. But... this... Wait, where are they going? I feel like... Okay, I guess we gotta go around to get there. So let's select them all. Bring them... Where are we going to bring them next? Like, I don't even know where else we can go. Okay, I guess they were going this way. So let's put them all there. Like we were doing before. There we go. Fast mode activated.
I shall.
No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, dang it. Put TRS back over there. This guy, which we know something about. No, we don't know anything about him, but we've seen him before. Oh, no, we have not seen this guy before. Okay, so let's get him. We don't know what kind of damage he's going to do. We don't know anything about him, so... You know, we're pretty OP. We really don't need to put all this strategy in. Let's have him switch weapons. Let's not have him be his wizarding self. We don't even need to defend him, so we'll do higher damage over here. And then we'll have TRS join later by just attacking him, just in case he's not done. Activate Stunning Scream. We don't know anything about Stunning Scream. I'm just trying... I know that we're super OP. I don't need to be doing this, but I'm just trying to understand it so we can do it later when we need to. Hits Aloth for 5 slash damage. Interrupted Aloth. So Aloth got distracted. That whole interrupt system is really bizarre. Okay, so he's really not taking much damage. But he's badly injured, actually. So what if we have him switch to his wand? Let's try what kind of damage does that do. Oh, that missed. That's awkward. There we go. And TRS is like, what did I miss? I wish we had named him something other than TRS, since we're not just playing him. Ah, and another thing. Okay. We're gonna do this better now. We're gonna hit him with that. Because that seemed to... Oh, actually, no, he missed that. Because what is the accuracy on this thing? Or what is his normal accuracy, I suppose I should say. 26. Okay, so that's not very good. I don't think. So let's switch to this guy. Okay. Okay. We could also try that, but... Okay, none of them are close enough, so let's get them all over here first. Stop. Okay. Now let's get Aloth with the wand, just to see what that's like, so we can learn a little bit more about him. Let's just knock him down, since he was really staying up for a while there. Then TRS will have him just add to the next attacks. To it, so... Okay.
Hi?
This should kill him pretty fast. Oh, wait! What's happened here? The stunning scream... Oh, I guess we're stunned now. So how long are we stunned for? 1.5 seconds. That's not good. But it's just him. Okay, that just grazed him. Good, yeah. So that was a pretty good strategy there. Okay, good. Alright, guys. Where to next? Vermin have scoured these plates, though mold still grows in green-black clumps across the table.
Indeed.
Indeed. Indeed. Anything else to look at over here? I don't think so. Turn off fast mode. Why is fast mode on? Wait, I'm trying to just get him to look at it. Why can I not? There we go. Wait, what? What the heck? I just want him to look at it. These collapsed stones are pocked with burrows and narrow crevices. Claw marks and dung claw marks and dung mark the passage of beasts. I guess we're looking for the next level down, aren't we? Is what we're doing. Is there something over here to loot? Yep.
Feels
Oh,
like poison.
shoot! Got hit with a poison dart. So wait, no. I was just wondering, I was being like, is there something in there? But will the trap get triggered again? Let's go this way. Stop. Can we just, like, cancel all of the things? There we go. And what is the hotkey for that? X. Okay. Who's got a ranged attack? He does. Let's actually see. Can we just, like, hit him with a good spell? Overwhelms. Leave them dazed. Freeze damage to a target. And reduces its accuracy. Oh no, he's too far away. But I think what it'll mean is we'll get closer and do it. Or TRS, you can do some crossbow damage. Wait, whoops. Shoot. We wanted this thing to happen. And then we wanted him to come over and, yeah, let's just clobber him.
Hey.
Just go. You know...
Lava will be on seek.
Oh, no. Okay, so now we've got multiple guys involved here. So we still know nothing about these guys other than their deflection rate is around 49% probably. So TRS, he needs to move over here so that we can get that effect happening. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll do this. Gonna gain endurance right there. Okay. And when they come to, we need him in the back so that he can cast some more spells. He definitely needs to be on the front lines. It increases his or her number of engagement targets to 3. We can do that. And knock down one of them so we get a little bit more time for strategy. So I'm kind of missing what's happening here. Oh, alright, we're doing the Crucible of the Soul. We grazed for 10 slash damage. Okay. We actually know their damage reduction is 0. Okay. Okay, now he's dealing with 2 guys. Can he do that? Okay, this defense thing is not working well. Okay, that's... I see. I see what that does. So we need to knock this guy down. TRS is not doing anything right now. Or no, it's Aloth who's not doing anything. Arcane Assault. Yes, raw damage and dazes targets in the area. Good. Both of them. And then Aloth is already doing something. TRS is not doing anything, though. TRS can switch his weapons and, like, just start going in. Go in, go in. Disengage. What? No, go. Good. Good. Now we can have... Ugh, what is this guy's name? Eder. Yeah, he just hits him normally. We'll have him swarm him with the... Actually, this can be ranged, so do that. Oof. Okay, he's getting hurt badly, so what is he doing? Is he not doing anything? He just needs to attack. This is average speed, slow speed. TRS, what's he doing? This is fast, so TRS needs to come over here and attack him. What's going on, man? Why was he not doing anything? Okay. Let's take that stuff.
Hey.
Yes?
Everyone needs to recover a little bit. What about health recovery? Okay, well, let's upgrade Aloth. So, let's see here. We have 6 points to spend. Aloth will probably need... Do we really need Aloth to have... Like, is he going to be involved in conversations? Maybe. Athletics... He doesn't need to move that much, honestly. But let's do stealth, survival. We don't need to worry about mechanics. That. And then we'll do... Stealth again. We haven't been using scouting mode to our advantage. Athletics, I guess. Okay. Ooh, now he has... Wizards have access to a variety of offensive and personal defense spells. Unlike priests and druids, wizards can learn individual spells that they store and cast directly from their grimoires. Grimoires can only hold 4 spells of each spell level, which motivates wizards to keep multiple grimoires for different needs. Every 2 levels, wizards gain access to an additional set of spells. However, they can automatically learn 1 spell of any level they can access each time they advance. Wizards also have the option of learning spells from grimoires they find or buy. Initially, their spells can be cast limited a number of times per rest. As wizards gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift to per encounter use. Okay, so let's learn about some of this stuff. Oh man, there are a lot to choose from though. Creates a bizarre and perplexing visual distraction, confusing enemies in the area of effect. Let's do something with more damage. Like, let's do a different kind of damage. Hobbled. What is hobbled? Spins a resilient viscous web throughout the area, reducing movement for all affected. That'd be interesting, although we haven't really run into a need for that yet. Oh, we actually get multiple things. I see. Okay. Bulwark against the elements creates a mystical shield around the caster, suffusing them with bonuses to burn, freeze, corrode, and shock damage reductions. Okay, so that just helps with damage reduction. And can that be cast on other people? Oh, it's around the caster, okay. Combusting wounds. Can we, like, right-click to see more, or no? Alright. Causes enemy wounds in the area of effect to ignite, inflicting additional burn damage over time each time they are wounded. Over time when hit for 26 seconds. That's kind of interesting. Let's keep that one for now. Eats away at the target's spirit, inflicting corrosive damage and converting that essence into endurance for the caster. I don't know yet. Shrouds the target's vision in total darkness, blinding them. Nah. The target becomes paralyzed, afflicted with boiling pustules, a foul-smelling liquid that erupt from the skin, sickening those nearby. Could that also sicken the wizards? I mean, the other people in our party? That's unclear. I don't know if I want that yet. Infuses the caster with vitality, giving them a temporary increase to maximum endurance and health. That'd be cool. The thing is, we haven't faced many difficult enemies yet, so it's hard to tell what we need. The caster becomes able to see an enemy's weaknesses and vulnerabilities as though they were physically tangible, increasing the chance of landing a critical hit. Interesting. A cloud of heavy fog settles in the minds of those in the area of effect, dulling senses and wits, inflicts penalties to perception, intellect, and resolve. That's not really useful to us, is it? Why can't we see... I want to be able to hover over this stuff. Like, that's a flaw in the game. Come on. We did it before. Creates duplicates of the caster to distract enemies, granting a high deflection bonus. Creates a lance of pure necrotic energy, causing corrode damage instantly and over time. Corrode damage is something we haven't seen a lot of. I like this. Let's also read about some of this other stuff, though. Ray of Fire. Creates a scorching ray of flame between the caster and the target, inflicting continual burn damage to the target and anyone caught in the ray. That could be dangerous to use, especially when they're in the back. Creates a rebounding ball of fire, inflicting burn damage upon anyone in its path. I'm feeling the Necrotic Lance, and what is this one again? Combusting Wounds. Each time they are wounded. Yeah. I like that. Let's do those two. Done. And then let's level up this guy. Or is he not able to level up? Do we get to choose who levels up? I thought they each had their own experience. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Okay. Well, anyway. Maybe we choose... I'm not sure. Whatever. Let's see. Yeah, third level, third level, third level. Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, you could stare at these stats for hours, man. Just, you know, creating the perfect team.
I shall.
The thing is it's constantly changing, so, you know, it's hard to, like, do that and, you know, not get attached to it. A haze fills the air, coalescing steadily into a blur of dust and mist. It gathers into the outline of what appears to be a dwarf, a shimmering echo that fades in and out of sight. But stronger than sight is the sense within you of a powerful energy. It roils and seethes with a grief that seems to spill into your own thoughts, tainting them until the sorrow is your own. Like a crashing wave, the energy surges towards and into you, and suddenly you are elsewhere. Before you is a brightly lit stone corridor lined with torches and gleaming crystals. You're running, your footsteps echoing off the stone around you. You forgot to tie your sandals and they're slipping from your feet, fouling your steps. You're late again. The right's going to begin without you. You hear the tolling of a bell and your spirits lift as you recognize the familiar, warped tone of the right hand, representing the first of the dawn stars to appear in the night sky and last to fade in the dawn light. You pray fiercely that this is the first of the chimes and not the last. The lights fade, as does the memory. And when your eyes clear, the spirit is gone. So, I've seen some manner of spirits within the temple, or a memory at least. In this memory, I recalled an Aethesian rite involving the ringing of bells. The first and last of these tolls, apparently, is that of the right hand, which has a distinctive warped tone to it. Werton mentioned that the temple is full of secret... Oh, we already know that. Okay. Anything else we can learn? Anything else we can learn? Anything else we can learn? Yeah, like I said, I could just spend hours, perfecting the whole team and everything and never get to it. Yeah, let's look at him. Ugh, I hate that it, moves like that.
Yes?
Switch to your wand and you look at it. That's definitely a glitch that happens. Fast, 10, 0.5, pierce and crush, crush and slash. Is there anything that helps this? Once flexible damage types help wizards deal with heavily armored opponents more easily. I don't even know what enchant means. Can we do any of that yet? Yeah, we don't know anything about this yet. I'm probably going to read up in the Cyclorama or Cyclopedia or whatever about all this stuff too. But for now, I think we should just continue. After every battle, I could spend hours just editing equipment and stats and stuff, moving stuff around, but I know that as soon as I do, everything is going to change on me. A powerful odor of spices rises from one of these dishes. Vibrant dyes and grain seeds fill the others. Alright. Have we been over here yet? We have not. So let's actually go into stealth mode.
The better part of valor.
Is that what I wanted to do? Yeah. Easy, guys. Easy, easy. Oh, I think I hear some enemy. Somewhere. Let's have one person go over there. Someone with high endurance, so this guy. Sneak over there and open it, just in case it's a trap. Now, there's something about, being able to detect traps. Is that mechanics? I don't know how we would do that. Alright, we got a necklace, which is new. Potion of Fleet Feet. +3 move speed for 30 seconds. I don't know when we would use that. I would rather have it be a permanent thing, but... Let's see, who can we give that necklace to? Every time we turn around, there's something else we have to edit. Which is still kind of fun. Moving this stuff around is sort of still strategy. It's still fun. So we'll keep that for now. This is the necklace. And I think the different colored backgrounds mean, the rarity of it. Of perception. I think there's wind coming into my room. It's weird. Amulets are most... Okay. So, +2 to perception. What does perception do again? Characters sense as well as their instinctive ability to pick up on details. Make a comment about their appearance, or to notice something happening in the background. In combat, it contributes to accuracy, the reflex defense, and grants a bonus to interrupt. Since we're usually going to be doing the talking, it sounds like perception is more helpful to us. Let's give it to ourselves. Where do we put it? Necklace. Just jewelry? Is this a necklace or a bracelet? It's a necklace. Can we just, drag it onto him? I don't understand. Or is this... It's either that or this? Yeah, okay. So I didn't understand that, because these are both neck. Yeah, this is both neck stuff. So this, +5 of fortitude, of reflex of will. Let's review what these things are. Fortitude resists attacks on the internal physical systems. Okay. reflex, dodge out of the way of physically harmful AoE attacks,